A longevity expert just told an entire industry and the world to stop selling the fight against aging. Forget anti-aging. It's now about pro-aging. Cedric Bryant runs the American Council on Exercise. And this week, he said that it's time to retire the phrase anti-aging and replace it with pro-aging. His argument's pretty simple. Aging isn't something to resist. It's natural. It's something that you actually actively need to design for. And that applies to organizations as well. So here's what it's all about. Well, Cedric backed that up with real research, 7 measurable drivers of healthy aging: movement, nutrition, sleep, stress recovery, safer choices, social connection, and purpose. I helped build the American Council on Exercise's business strategy years ago with Cedric and the executive team, back when we could see this age wave building. What's different now is that ACE has finally put concrete drivers behind what we knew was coming and a model behind it as well. And that same design logic scales straight up to how you run an organization. Most companies still manage an aging workforce the way old thinking managed an aging body. As a decline to slow down, basically, ergonomic tweaks, phased retirement, buyout packages. Every one of those treats experienced people as a cost to wind down instead of a capability to leverage and build on. The Census Bureau has a number that should change everyone's mind. Workers 55 and older made up 24% of the labor force just a couple years ago. That's more than double their 10% share back in 1994. So older labor really is making up a large part of the labor force, and the question is how we leverage the aging. A quarter of your workforce is that, and most benefit strategies were still built assuming everyone in the room's under 40. Some companies are already redesigning around this. Land O'Lakes, for example. They run a mentorship program that flows in both directions. Tenured colleagues mentor newer employees. Fresh energy and institutional knowledge move through the same room at the same time through the same coaching process. Bank of America has gone even further. They've created a director of financial gerontology for the first time for the bank. Her policy work touches hybrid schedules, financial planning, benefits, menopause support, grandparents' leaves, and sabbaticals. She treats retaining experienced employees as close to a business imperative as you can get. It's not about doing the right thing or doing a favor for people. It's a strategy. Neither company's managing decline. They're designing for longevity. And that's the difference that will separate who wins in the next decade of talent from who doesn't. Here's what I'd encourage you to do with this. First, audit your age design. Pull your talent management policies, your benefits, your workforce programs, and hold them against those 7 ACE drivers: movement, nutrition, sleep, recovery, safety, connection, and purpose. Flag every policy that subtly assumes your employee's under 40. Next, build a 2-way mentorship loop. Not the old model where senior people are mentoring junior people and that's the end of it. Pair people in both directions so institutional knowledge and fresh insights move through the same conversations instead of being unidirectional. And then finally, measure age-based capability. This one matters more now because of AI. As routine work gets automated, judgment and institutional memory become the scarce resource. Build concrete ways to measure that capability. Don't let it stay invisible on a spreadsheet somewhere. The leadership test underneath all of this: is your organization actually designed to help every generation do its best work for longer? Or is it really just designed to manage people out the door quietly who are getting older? The businesses that figure out how to age well and leverage the institutional knowledge and capabilities and judgment of the older workers are the ones that will win in the next decade, not despite their experienced people, but because of them. That's the reframe, so you can leapfrog the headlines, your leadership, and your business. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and find me at sorenkaplan.com.